Hello, we are back on the Silverfox Hustle podcast, and this is episode number 50. What do you know? A great milestone. And thank you so much to the listeners who have been listening in. Thank you so much for following us and subscribing. So, thank you to that as well. And it has taken us 15 months to get here to episode number 50. And what do you know? We've got a great guest on the show today. And I got to tell you, I tried to get my guest in for the very first few episodes, actually. Couldn't get it because of COVID and what have you. But what do you know? Everything happens for a reason. Now, my guest today, right, is the managing director of Elite Fit. And she founded this in 2000. She provides fitness, consultation, outdoor training, lifestyle studies, and also lectures for individuals and corporations. And education is the cornerstone of Elite Fit. We're going to talk to her about that as well. Now, she is also the founder and CEO of Aqieve, a wellness marketing specialist agency, which kickstarted Live by Laila. We're going to talk about that as well because she is huge in Indonesia. She is also the technical director of the Fitness Best Asia, and her qualifications include Reebok Masters Trainer, FISAF, personal and fitness trainer, and lots more. Now, apart from all that, she's a mom of two beautiful girls. I won't say girls. They're ladies now, and has been a tower of strength both domestically and at work as well. She epitomizes the Silverfox Hustle podcast and what this podcast stands for. Welcome to the Silverfox Hustle podcast, Laila White.
Oh my God! Thank you very much. That is such a huge introduction that it's making my head swell up. But thank you for having me.
Let's start off with a bang. Right. I love your mantra in life. Right. Tell us what that is.
Get up, dress up, and show up. I think it's pretty simple. I remember when I was younger, a long time ago, a preacher told me that if you're angry when you are standing up, sit down, and if you're still angry, lie down. So to me, it's movement, right?
Okay.
So there's constant challenges in your life. At any moment, you need to embrace that change. So there's so many times that we don't want to do anything. It's important for us just to show up, dress up, take step by step, dress up, get up, dress up, and show up, because you never know what you will encounter, what you may learn.
Right.
So I think my mantra is about moving forward.
Brilliant. I think most people, tend to, especially when they face challenges in life, they tend to fall back a little bit instead of moving on and pushing on. And I think that's a great point. There's one more thing we want to talk about here. Okay. And I know in certain circles it's a little bit rude and what have you to ask a woman or a lady her age. I'm not going to ask because I know your age. You are 54.
That's correct.
You look great for 54, right? Now, what is your secret?
Tie your hair as tight as possible. So that's it gives you the facelift effect. I don't concentrate too much on age. I think for me, fitness has become a very big part of me. I tend to enjoy life.
Okay.
I love to laugh.
Right.
Aging is a privilege to age. It's better to age than, as I said, to die. I think we have a lot of opportunities nowadays where we can improve ourselves. I mean, if we look at our grandmother's time, our mother's time, our grandfather's time, they don't have the opportunity.
Yeah.
We don't have to dress in gray and black anymore. We can dress in, colorful clothing and dye our hair like I do.
But you're not today.
Yes, today.
Right. Let's go a little bit back, right? Because we want to talk about your achievements as well, but it's how you got there, right? The journey, right? You grew up in a kampong, and you were part of 9 siblings. 9.
Yes.
And out of that 9, 8 were girls and
Yes.
1 was a boy.
Yes.
How was that like growing up in a kampong and with all those siblings in with you?
Well, we didn't have very much. We didn't grow up rich. We had a big house. We lived with our grandmother. It was great because life was hard, but it's simple. You eat what you have, and you don't ask for so much because you have to share everything. We slept on the floor with a very thin mat. We had a pillow shared by 2 people. And I don't know, we had pacifiers. I don't know how old we were, so this is a confession. I don't know how old you were.
Okay.
We had pacifier that was, as soon as my sisters would sleep, we would steal from each other.
Okay. Okay.
But we had one brother, which was I guess my parents wanted a boy so badly, being Asian. We hated him like mad. And
Seriously?
of course, he was the king. So I remember putting a pillow over his face when he was asleep once.
You tried to kill him?
Yes, of course.
Wow.
Is this legal? But I enjoyed it. I mean, life was free. I mean, you don't have much toys, but you were creative. You
No
played-
phones?
No phones. We had a phone, a house
Yeah,
phone.
house phone.
We were the first, I would like to say, the first one with a television in the village.
Okay.
But we were creative. We played with rubber bands, cans. But it was happy memories growing up, playing on the mud, in the mud with stepping on chicken poo and all that.
Okay.
I don't want to do it again, but
So you were number 5,
yes.
right? And amongst the siblings, you were number 5. And you once said, right? Again, I was doing a little bit of stalking, you were the black sheep of,
Right.
I don't know whether you meant it in the family or amongst the siblings or whatever. Why was that?
Because I am the most outspoken. When I was 13,
Of
I
all
was,
9?
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
So-
are the chances?
yeah, because I'm number 5. I'm the stabilizer, right? Equalizer.
Oh, I didn't
I'm
know
the
that.
middle.
Oh, okay.
Right. So I was very different. I was the darkest in the family. So my father was dark. So of course, black sheep, how appropriate that is. But I was the first one to move out from the family at 17 years
The
old.
first one.
Yeah, the first one.
Okay.
I never wanted to get married. I never wanted to have kids. And I remember when I was young, I was very outspoken. I'm very outspoken about injustice. I'm appalled at righteous people. I remember I had a relative that came over, and I was like 13 years old. And she brought this cassette tape about, religious, she goes like, your family needs to be religious. So of course, my family, my mother, my grandmother were quiet about it. So I said, hey, listen, if you can stop your son from molesting me, then we can talk about religion.
Wow.
Yeah. So my family was like, what? So I was,
Really?
yeah, of course. So for me, that was the beginning. At 13, I found my voice.
And you talk about you don't like injustice and whatever. Where did that come from? Where did it stem from? Because you're growing up, right? And where did that come from? That thought.
I think personal experience.
Okay.
I was always marked in school. I don't know why.
Because of your openness, as in.
No, because I think it's because of it has to do. I hate to play this chip, right? Because I was darker in school. My
Okay.
friends, yeah. So I was constantly being picked as the gangster of the school,
Right.
which probably there's some truth in it.
Gangster Laila.
So I hate bullies. I was being bullied when I was young. So maybe that's where it comes from.
Okay. And in those early years, right? What were the hardships that you faced, and lessons that you learned, which eventually made the person you are today? Was there any lessons that you took forward, and then that was it?
Well, it was very different. The way I look, the way I think. Growing up, being different, you always feel out of place. But as you grow older, you embrace that because you tend to stand out. Standing out, it's not a bad thing. It means
Yeah.
that you can succeed. You are more prominent. You can do wonderful things.
Yeah.
Challenges, there's always challenges in life. But as I grow older, I understand that we all have challenges. People will try to help you, not because they don't want to, but they also faces challenges. And with that, I learned that you can only rely on yourself and don't have like feel people are against you or whatever, because you don't know the story of what people go through.
True. Now let's fast forward a little bit. We are not exactly following a chrono order here. Let's talk a little bit about your struggles as a single mom. All right. So because you were a single mom, you brought up 2 girls, and you also made a promise right? That big promise again through my stalking and whatever, right? So tell us about that. Growing. Taking care of the two girls and being a single mom, the struggles that you faced.
Okay. So I like to describe myself as a single parent than more of a single mom.
Right.
My roles changed. I was a mother that taught my kids to read and write at 3, 4 years old.
Okay.
Then that role changed to balancing check finances,
Right.
trying to learn to write a check. I didn't know. And from a loving and nurturing mom, become a tyrant sort of father. So things change. I think for me was I had to keep my focus and my goal, which was pay school fees, have food at the table, make sure electricity is not being cut off, we're not thrown out the house. So all these things are my main focus was because as sibling, a child of 9, all that I experienced being thrown out of a bus because my dad couldn't pay the bus. So whatever that I went through, I was determined not to impose it on my kids. So somewhat break the cycle.
Right.
So for me, the promise, education is so important to me. I wanted to go and study psychology when I was married and I had kids. But then after the marriage broke down, I had a choice whether I was going to put myself to school or I'm going to put that investment in my kids.
Right.
So I rather put my investment in my kids. So my promise to myself, not to them, that I'm going to put them through university.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. Wonderful. And you did.
Yeah, I did. I'm free.
and they are 27.
Xavier will be 27 this September, and Bianca is 25.
They're not in Singapore. They're studying abroad, or
No, they're working now.
Okay.
That's why I'm free.
Yeah, you're free. Right. Brilliant. Now you said that you started working at 13, right?
Yes.
What did you do at 13? As in part-time?
Yes, part-time in
during
school. Yeah.
holidays, right?
Yeah.
What did you do at 13?
Sales girl. I was working at He jeans shop, Stive Toys, Hallmark. So we were forced to work during school holidays by my father. So the salary would go half to him because we are paying for our lodging, and half whatever you want to spend. So I also carried on the tradition. So my kids, I put them to work when they were 13.
Okay.
Half they can spend whatever they want, and half goes to their bank account.
Right. That's nice. So they start early.
They start early.
And it's the independence thing as well.
Yes.
The sense of that's nice. At 17, you went out to Japan.
Oh, I love it. Yes.
How did you get the opportunity first at 17, right?
Yeah.
To model.
Yeah.
How?
But I was modeling in Singapore. I was with Carrie Models.
Okay.
So I was approached to move to Tokyo. And at that time, I already moved out of my mother's home, my parents' house.
What, at 17?
Yeah.
And you
Actually, I ran away. So let's make it very clear about this.
That's very clear indeed. So so that's the truth, right? Laila just ran away from home. She did not do it by Okay.
Yeah. So I wanted, because I was so different. So I wanted to do the things that I wanted.
So you rented a place, like
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I wanted to do the things that I want to do, and I never went back to ask my parents for anything.
Okay.
So I joined modeling, and I had an opportunity to go to Tokyo. And I stayed there for a year, and this was before the bubble burst.
What bubble?
The economy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So everything was. We had Japan was huge with Hollywood stars and
Okay.
parties and.
Which year was this?
Oh my God, it's
Okay,
too
never
long.
mind. Sorry.
I have to take out my calculator.
Okay. Right.
That was probably 34 years ago.
So you went up alone?
Yeah.
Alone.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. What kind of modeling is it? Is it like a magazine kind of? Or
Print,
is it?
yeah.
Oh, print.
Print,
Okay.
yeah. Because I was too short, right? So print and then walk runway, but it's not like the runway where you go to Paris or whatever.
Okay.
But I had the best time in Japan. It was a lot of partying and
I can imagine, right?
right. And then And everything was expensive. So now we talk about coffee espresso being $8. At that time, 34 years ago, coffee was $8.
We're there.
Yeah. And then
Now they're selling it in the vending machines in Japan.
it was before.
Yeah,
It was before.
Wow.
But taxi was like for 10 minutes. I would spend my money, my salary all on taxis. 10 minutes cost me 80 sing.
Was that?
And this was 34 years ago. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right. So you had a time of your life there.
Oh my God.
Why did you come back?
So when I came back, I met my ex-husband.
Okay.
And we dated for a while, and he proposed. And I told him, I said, if I come back, then the marriage is on. If I don't come back, that means the marriage is off.
Has it come back from Japan?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I went back to Japan.
Oh, okay.
So after a month, and I go like, okay, maybe, you know. So I came back, and the story begins.
Right. So you came back for love.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
A lot of people do that actually, you know.
Yeah.
And again, you know, you talk about your working life. It's been like quite varied in terms of the different kind of things that you did. You were a unit trust bank manager at 18. And you said this, right? I quote you. I was successful, but I hated it. Do you remember saying that?
Yes.
Somewhere,
Yes.
right? Why did you hate it?
I never understood why until I got older. I'm free-spirited.
Okay.
I can't be put in like an office. I was great at what I do, you know. I listen, you know. I made a lot of money, but there's something missing. I feel trapped.
So it wasn't about what do you call it? Authority, as in people telling you what to do, that kind of thing.
No, I have that problem too, but
Okay.
no, not in this case.
Not in this case, right? Okay.
I can't see myself as working in the office day in, day out. I had great
Okay.
bosses, you know, I was enjoying myself, but there's more to, I was looking for something that was my calling.
Right.
Yeah, but you know, I made a lot of money, so.
Of course, that's important as well, right? But yeah, so you hated it and you left, right?
Yeah.
You went on to become a production assistant,
Oh, yes.
which you said was one of the best jobs ever.
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
Okay, what was your role there?
So I was, my role was to look for location and talents.
For shoots and
For shoots, yeah. So I was working for Harrison Green.
Okay.
So Harrison Green, Hugh Harrison is an old friend.
Okay.
He was the composer of all the national songs, like you know, stand up for Singapore.
Okay.
We Are Singapore.
Okay.
So I found the locations for We Are Singapore
Okay.
and talents.
Right.
So my it was freeing for me. I was at the back of a lorry, you know, lying on the steps of the city hall while doing shoot.
Okay.
So I felt so happy. I don't know why. I mean, the money was not that great, but I felt free because change of pace, different people.
And going out into the open as
Yes.
well, not in the office.
Yes.
Okay, this is a side thing, right? How do you look for talents? Like what is the criteria, for example? Yeah.
It depends. Like if we were looking for motherly grandmother, so I have to go and look for a grandmother.
Where? Out.
Yeah. So we approach people, you know, or contacts that we know.
Okay.
We go like, hey, we have this shoot. I mean, nowadays people are more skeptical. What kind of shoot are you looking for? You know, but the olden days, people like, we are doing this for National Day.
Okay.
We are looking for this and this. So they're more open.
Right. Because now I think it's more like contacts, like the person, you know this person, the person's son. Okay, you want a kid as a talent, then you get a person's son and whatever, right?
Right.
So it's more contacts as well.
Yeah, but before, it's both.
Yeah?
It's both. Yeah.
Right. Now, after all that, right? Let's go back. Let's come back to the fitness business that you are in right now.
Yes.
Right? And there's two parts here, right? One is actually starting out a fitness journey on your own, right? And the business itself, the business side of things. Now let's talk about you individually, right? Were you ever the fit kind of growing up? You know, even while working as a model? No.
No, I hated it. I hate fitness. I remember in school, when I was in primary school, I was in gymnastic. That was okay. I wasn't great. I hated that. And then in secondary school, because I was skinny, they asked me to do relay runs,
Okay.
right? And I hate teamwork because I dropped the baton and my team lose, and I go like, oh my God, I hate this. I would never even run after a bus.
Okay.
because I'm that lazy.
Sports wise, as in like I don't know, netball,
No,
hockey, nothing,
no,
zero.
zero. I was just skinny. I mean,
You were lucky, as in you talk about people who are I don't want to use the word sedentary, but they're not so you're naturally slim.
yeah, but being slim and
Doesn't
skinny
mean
is
you're healthy.
easy.
Yeah.
It's easy. You don't eat, you become skinny. But I want to be strong. I want to be, I want to feel good. So I want to be healthy.
Right. So all this time you hated sport, you hated running, you hated
A lot of things.
you hated the fitness business. And the irony of all that, you are in the business, right? So what I know how it started because of your brother, but tell us that story.
All right. So I had my first child, Zabiera was born, and I saw Bruce Lee. I saw Bruce Lee and I saw Tony Braxton's video, Unbreak My Heart. So she had this white t-shirt and, a close up and I saw her arms. And I was like, oh my God, how can I get to that? And my brother just came out from national service and he has this Bruce
The brother
Lee body.
that you tried to kill.
Yes, let's not harp on that.
Okay. Right. Right. So yeah.
Yeah, so I asked him, how do you get your body like that? So he says, okay, you just buy a pair of dumbbells and you do this exercise. And I had a mini stepper. I bought this mini stepper. And it started when Xavier was asleep and I would go on the mini stepper and out of breath for 5 minutes and have that Tony Braxton, video and just do it. And gradually, I think after 6-8 months, I was interested in it. So I was looking around to study, basically not to make a career. So I joined Sports Council, Singapore Sports Council, and I was so happy that I did that.
You joined as an employee or you took the course?
Took the course, right. So it was a 3 weeks course, the basic course, and then the interest grew, and then I took another course, fitness instructor course, I think. So I had all the local lecturers, which I love. Like they really, we all, one thing that we keep thinking that international is great or whatever. I love the local school that I went to because the lecturers were really teaching us.
Where was it?
Singapore Sports Council.
Okay.
Yeah. So one course leads to another. After I passed, so we had like 80 people in the class. Most of them are in trainers. So the company sends them, right? So I paid out of my own pocket money. So I would study 3 o'clock in the morning, for the exam. And I was number 2 in the class.
That's weird, because what are the chances, right? Like from zero knowledge and interest as well.
Yeah.
Especially that it's weird and it's brilliant. Like how do you get from there to there? And for listeners listening in as well, it's all about the mind as well. Like you gotta think that you can do it. You can push through.
Right. But I it was out of my own pocket money. The company was not paying it. So, I was really, really enthusiastic about learning how the fitness, how the body works, and how do you get your goal.
But at that time, did you think that you would pursue this as like a fitness trainer, for example? No. So you just took it out of wanting to know knowledge, education, right?
Yes. Yeah. So I was because after we passed, we have an attachment, certain hours that we have to cover. So the guy, I can't remember his name now. He offered me to do my attachment at Bedok Gym, Bedok Complex Stadium, and I was the first one. Normally it's at Kallang. But I was so grateful because I had kids at that time, so I would work. I did my attachment, and then after I finished my attachment, they offered me a part-time job. So I would work 3 hours, 3 times a week, $15 an hour. So, I was like, wow, it's exciting. So I did that for a while.
Right.
And then I had a friend who wanted me to train. I didn't jump. So I took other courses like personal training courses and stuff. So I had a friend that asked me to coach her. So Wendy was my first client.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then it grew.
Yeah.
And in terms of at that time, did you really think that this is the path, and after getting the clients and all, this is the path and I'm going to get successful just through this business? No? Still
No.
not yet.
No, I think you see that part of me is I'm still very Malay. I'm a fisherman, right? You fish today, you eat today, you cook and you eat today.
Okay.
So I don't have like, oh, I'm going to be a successful.
But it's not a bad thing.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. I think success is very relative. To get up in the morning is a success to me.
Okay.
To be able to put food that day is a success to me. So I never have like, oh, I'm going to build an empire kind of ambition.
Right.
I think everything that I have done, I've never put myself in one box.
Okay.
So everything else after personal training grew because I never said no. Even though I have no knowledge about it, somebody asked me, can you design a gym? And I said, of course I can. But that doesn't mean that I'm a bullshitter. That means that I'm going to work 10 times harder because I have to prove my words is gold. So I have to prove that I can do this job.
Right. There's the good point there. You talk about the gym that you designed, right?
Yes.
Tell us about that a little.
So I was given an opportunity by Chris Norton from Four Seasons. So he says, hey, listen, I've got a gym at Landa Giravaru, Four Seasons. Do you think that you can do the job? And I said, of course I can.
And before this, you haven't done this at all?
Never.
Okay.
Never. But I know because I've been in and out of gyms,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I travel with clients, look at the gyms. And I wasn't paid for it. I wasn't paid for the first 2 gyms that I did.
Okay.
And
Why not?
because I had to prove myself. So money is important, but it's not that important to me.
Okay.
I think if you build it, people will come, right?
Yeah.
That's what they say. So after the 2 gyms that I did, I enjoyed it, and I got more jobs out of it, and not just hotels. I did homes worldwide also.
Right. So listeners who are listening in, if you think that you've been offered something that's difficult, you haven't done it before in your life, if you think that you want to push on, you can. Because this is one good example. And please don't bullshit yourself. You got to still do the job. You still got to do your research. You got to, the networking part is very important. So that's a very good point. Now, from the time you started out with your first client and then to Elite Fit, right? How did it get to Elite Fit?
So Elite Fit has always been the first company.
Yeah.
So Elite Fit started off as a personal trainer, which is me. Then it became what did Elite Fit turn? So many things. Then I became corporate wellness. So I did corporate wellness programs 25 years ago for companies like Johnson & Johnson, SAF, Infineon Technology. And then from there, I had an opportunity about 4 years ago where somebody offered me to open a kids' indoor playground. So that's under Elite Fit too. And I go like, oh my God, I don't want to have anything to do with it. But funny thing is that everything that I say I don't want to do, God or the universe has a funny way of showing me.
Right.
So I took the task, and what I love about this is it's built inside the library in Singapore. It's the first one in the library. And for us is to encourage learn through play. And it's built for the community. So our prices is for community base.
By the way, I've been there with the kids.
Oh.
Great. And of course, the view, within the library, it's something new. It's something new, it's something different, and it's a wonderful, great job there.
Thank you.
Right. And you started Elite Fit, by the way, in 2000.
Yes.
2000. That was a long way back. It's about 21 years ago, right?
Yes.
Now, what was the goal in mind at that time?
Just to set up a company. So I'm sorry. I wish I had like this story, this magical story.
Okay.
It's just to start a company. But then it just grew. I needed a company for to do invoices and all that. Just started out as a practical business.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. And it has grown. It has grown, right? It obviously is so huge, exactly. And what exactly has Elite Fit done till now? Like from the time it started, your accomplishments or whatever. Just a name a few.
Still, Playtopia is still up and running,
Right.
personal training, and we have a couple of other projects that's coming up. I had some offers to expand Playtopia, so that's still in the talk. Now I'm doing a lot of I have trainers to train clients under Elite Fit, personal training.
Nice.
Not many, just 2.
Okay. Now, I've seen some of your clients, right?
Right.
Right. And some of them are big names.
Yes.
and I see some from Indonesia and stuff like that. And of course, as an Indian, right? I'm
Yes.
Indian, right? Two names stood out. Can you please tell me more about those two guys, gentlemen?
Okay, so I mean, not to brag, but I've traveled and I've met high profilers.
Yeah.
I've had dinner with Ryan Seacrest and Rodrigo. What's his name?
Who? From where?
The one in with
Dolph Lundgren.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I had dinner with him. I can't even pronounce his name.
Right.
I met Ricky Martin at a concert. Nobody makes my heart flutter until I saw Kamala Hassan. I swear to God,
Okay.
I remember I had a Zai was it's a friend of mine, and she used to watch this movie Nayagan. Oh my God!
All-time favorite, man.
Right?
All-time
So I was
favorite.
like, oh my God, he's so hot, right? So I got a call to meet, to train Kamala Hassan and what's the other guy's name?
Rajnikanth.
Rajni. Yeah. So very humble guys.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh my God. Rajni, he's like a god. Like, I had to meet him and
This was in India, right?
no, in Singapore.
Oh, in Singapore.
In Singapore.
Okay.
Yeah. So I work with high-profile doctors, pre-op or post-op.
Okay.
So I have to train them getting ready or after the surgery.
Nice.
So it was amazing. So I went to his room and he has all his family. They're all sitting on the floor and looking at him as this God. And he goes like, no, Laila, you sit here, And I was like, such a nice guy. And Kamala Hassan, I was telling him, I said, oh my God, I cannot train you because I'm so like in awe. And he gave me he says, if you like my show, Nayagan, I'll give you this CD. So I've never been so struck until I met both of them. But very nice guy, very humble.
Nice. Both of them obviously are legends in India, and of course in many parts of even in Japan. They are well known in Japan as yeah. Now you run another company called Aqieve, right?
Yes.
Now tell me more about that.
Okay, so when I started Elite Fit, it's all based on body. And mindset that whatever we're hearing now, right?
Yeah.
And Laila White Private Limited is all about giving back to the community. It's an outreach program company. So I would say these two companies put together sums up what Aqieve is.
Okay.
So Aqieve is a company where we what do you call it? We create awareness of mind, body, spirit, where everything comes together to find balance.
Okay.
So I found this company about 3 years ago, and we have 3 ideas. One IP is a TV show. Second is a mobile app that we're still working on. And the third, the end goal is to create a festival and awards for the community.
Right. And is Life by Laila part of Aqieve?
Yes.
Now, Life by Laila is quite big. Not quite. It's big in Indonesia, right?
Yes.
How did you become so big there?
I have no idea.
Okay, it's a show, right? It's like a
Yes.
documentary kind of show.
Yes. So when I had the idea 10 years ago, when I talk about balance of mind, body, and spirit or soul, everybody was like, "What are you talking about?" Right? But now we are talking about it so profoundly. So to me, I wanted my DNA. My objective is to bring limelight to Asia and Asians. That's my whole goal.
Nice.
For example, we have yoga. Yoga is from India. Yoga, I mean, I remember 20 years ago when we wanted to do yoga, everybody was like, no, it's religious, you can't do that, it's Hindu and all that, right? But once you put it in like pants, like yoga pants in the US, it became so big, right? So my question is, we're talking about ginger, we're talking about turmeric, all this are from Asia. So why can't we be so proud of what we have? Why do we need the West to make it so popular that we are convinced ourselves? So when I wanted to do this show, I wanted to showcase Asian. So I went to Indonesia, was the first stop because I took Fitness Best Asia Awards the second time in Jakarta, Indonesia. So my objective was to create awareness of how Indonesian find balance in life.
Right.
So there are three parts of this TV show. It's fitness, mindfulness, and a lifestyle.
Yeah.
So I didn't come and conquer Indonesia. I came as a student.
Right.
I came and meet people to learn. So only then people are open and receptive to teaching you.
Right.
And that's how I think I was, the show was rated number one without re-expecting it. And I was the first foreigner that is an Asian foreigner to come and be rated number one and won an award among 6 women, top women in Indonesia. So it's like overwhelming, but the intention has to be right. My intention was to create awareness, not to be popular or to get it to number one.
It's a great thing. It's a good point that you brought up is about the objective. Firstly, it has got to come from within and from the heart as well. It's not and as well as walking the talk.
Yes.
You're always on the ground as well.
Yes.
And I've seen some of the documentary. You are in the mud and pushing. I don't know what were you pushing then.
Paddy fields,
yes,
right?
in the paddy fields, right?
Yeah.
So it's actually that endures you to the people of Indonesia probably. And that's great. And you are also the technical director of Fitness Best Asia. Tell us more about that as well.
So I was scouted 2016. For 6 months. Jeremy ran after me to do this, and I said no, I don't want to do it. Blah blah blah. Then he finally convinced me. As long as I have, as you can see, I have control issues. So I said, as long as I have control over it, and I'll do it. So I wanted to have esteemed judges around Asia, and not just people that look good and don't. Are not qualified.
Okay.
So it's the same objective. It started with Fitness Best actually, where I wanted to showcase Asians and Asia. Asia.
Yeah.
Asia. So I created all the criteria. I put all the judges together. So our objective is to put spotlight among the fitness and wellness professionals in Asia.
Okay.
Our tagline is for Asia by Asians. So we want to salute and celebrate professionals, professionals in fitness and wellness. So we have digital platforms, lifestyle, and wellness.
So you got the different categories as well.
Yes. So we have 24 awards this year.
So it's not over yet. It's still
going on. So we have the 7721 promotion tomorrow.
Okay.
But we have 9 countries participating this year.
What is the promotion about?
So to enroll submission, there is a fee. So we've dropped the price to 90%. So we want to celebrate everybody in these 9 countries.
Nice.
So we have 2 parts of the awards. One is regional, and then one is national. There is a vanguard, where we will select in each country. Every judges will select them without competing. We want to salute para athletes, athletes 65 and above, trailblazers, people that have changed their country, and also national campaign.
Nice. Great thing that you're doing there.
Thank
Absolutely
you.
brilliant, especially with the the para athletes as well, right? It's nice. Now, whatever you do, right, the businesses and you as an individual, it all focuses on 2 main things. I think, and that's my opinion, right? Education and holistic fitness. Is that what most people in terms of the fitness industry are lacking at the moment? Do you think?
I think they're slowly catching up.
Yeah.
They're trying to catch up. It's a process, because when we first started out, we remember Jane Fonda's time. I don't know, remember. So it's all about, right? It's all about looking good and forget about the objective.
The whys.
The whys, right? So I think everybody now is trying to find balance. But there's too many shortcuts. Everybody wants to look for the shortcut of everything. Everyone wants to get not to the end of the finishing line, but after the finishing line. So they don't enjoy the process of it, right? How many times have we gone through life and say, wow, you remember the time when, we were walking on that mud, in the mud, that feeling. So we forget the feelings, you see.
Yeah.
So I think if we begin to step back and just enjoy the process, even though it's bad or whatever. You have to keep moving forward, and we are here to learn lessons in life.
Yeah.
I believe that. I mean, we talked about this before.
Yeah.
That I believe that in life we are. It's like going to school. Primary one, you study, and then you go exam, you fail, you stay back. And then sometimes you get pushed forward and you have to get back again. So that's the way I see life. So enjoy the process. You're here for a reason, to better yourself. At the end of the journey or whatever destination you get to.
I think you're very right about the shortcuts, right? Like people just want to, it's just like losing weight, for example. You just want to lose weight, period. But you don't want to know why you're doing certain things to lose weight. That kind of thing. You just want to just tell me what to do. That's it. So that's the part that I totally agree. Now let's get into some of your personal opinions of certain things. Right?
Do I have any opinions on this? That's the question.
You've got loads. You epitomize the Silverfox hustle, right? In terms of work ethics, moral values, integrity, whatever, right? No excuses, type of stuff. Now tell us more about those values and also some of your FB posts, your Facebook posts, right? Because I think, now again, it is not a bad thing or whatever. You are very frank, let's put it that way. To put it nicely, frank and there's no kind of like no apologies kind of thing. Just straight in your face, this is it, and that's it, right? Your comments and stuff like that. Now tell us more about that.
Which part?
You start off with the values, especially with the values, right, that you hold.
Yeah, I think like I said, I don't like bullies. I would speak up for the underserved or the people that are being bullied. My work ethic is I deliver before the deadlines. Not to prove something, but because somebody asks me. For somebody to ask you to do something, it takes a lot of effort. So I need to put the effort too. My standard is very high for myself and not according to others. Sometimes, my word, like I said, my word is gold. If I tell you that I'm going to do something, I will do it. Unless circumstances, whatever, I can't do it, I will make sure there is a replacement that will take on the job. I'm very hardworking. I don't like asking people for stuff. I believe in the value of $1. Whether you're a man or a woman, I understand value of $1. So I never understood where there are certain people that thinks that you go out for dinner, you have to pay for me. I have paid for dinners, going out with a man, me getting up to the bathroom, paying without them knowing. Not to prove a point, but to say that I understand $1 because in the circumstance through my divorce, I understood that the value of $1, and my father instilled that value to me.
Nice. So I guess that answers the second part as well. Your Facebook posts, like that translate into your post, because you can see it in your post, right? That you don't take shit, by the way.
Yeah, but why should we take shit, right? I think there's a mutual respect. Why do you think that you can dump on me and I'm supposed to take it? I think if I don't stop it, somebody else, they will do it to somebody, and it continues. I'm here to break cycles. That's my job as in my life, how I see my life supposed to be.
Beautiful. Now, women in the fitness industry, right? It's a big thing now, and women in the fitness business as well. How have you overcome the stigma or the notion that it's a men's industry?
Everything is men's industry, if you think about it, right? My mom has always been a working woman. My mom worked, and my grandmother looked after us. For me, my father was in the army, so I had those two people as a role model.
Okay.
My father, the tough one, my mother is the woman but works,
right.
And the woman that cries all the time, which I don't. But for me, stigma is everywhere, especially the way I dress, the way I present myself. But I laugh because it's just words. It doesn't matter. I've had men in my industry tells me like, of course, you're going to get the job. If I look like you, I'm going to get the job. And I laugh. I say, yeah. I said, I'm not in modeling, anymore. People pay me because they want the gym done. No matter how good looking I am, they pay me for the gym, So it doesn't really matter what they say. It's just bitterness to me,
Of course.
If I deliver, I don't have a chip on my shoulder. And there's so many things that I can have a chip on. I'm dark. When I was modeling, they told me like, "Oh, you're too dark. Your eyes too big. You're too short. You just laugh. I mean, through modeling, it teaches me to have thick skin, and it's not personal. They are looking for a certain look.
Right.
So for the fitness industry, when they say, the way I look, I still remember going to Dubai, and the equipment dealer picked me up, and I got into the car, and he needs to drop from me, right? Because I create the gyms.
Yeah.
So he goes like, "Wow, you look good. You look great." And I say, "Oh, thank you very much." He goes like, "You look better on top of me," right? So I just laugh.
Wow.
But you gotta listen. Women always want to. This is the dangerous part, because you have to understand where you are at also. So in the Middle East, if I were to file any report, it's a different story, right? I will be in trouble. Okay. So I laughed it off. We got to the bar, and I sat down and talked to him. Business.
Right.
So then he knows his place. And I don't have to be rude to him or whatever. I got the job done because he knows that he is here working for me.
Right.
So for me, it's everywhere, like LinkedIn now, everybody's hitting on you on LinkedIn, which is a networking. So people are talking about LinkedIn is like Facebook now. I say, is that your biggest worry? Your biggest worry should be guys stop, or women stop hitting on men on LinkedIn. So for me, I'm a straight shooter. What I think is injustice, I will speak up.
Nice. Walking the talk. Now, your thoughts on fitness trainers, personal trainers who are not walking the talk in terms of the quality of service and even the smallest things like appearance, for example. What do you think?
I think body language as a trainer is very important. I've seen clients struggling with weights while trainers looking at people passing by and at the phone. Distracted. I think trainers need to be creative. Not their job is to be make use of the hour that they're being paid with the clients and not wait for machines. I think when your client's on the floor, you need to get down on the floor with them and not look over them. I've always trained people with the attitude that you are my only client and my life depends on you paying me. So you have to have that attitude with every client. It doesn't matter whether they are high profiler or just commoners like me and you, I think that's important. As trainers, you need to, it's a bit contradicting. So we have trainers that used to look good and then don't look good anymore because they're so busy, right? Okay. I think that's a bit of a shame because...
Busy with what?
Busy with scheduling, like too many clients and they don't have time.
Right.
I think you have to schedule time for yourself as if you are the client too, know. And then we have the other spectrum where we have the trainers that don't look fit but are training. I respect those kind of trainers more than those trainers that once upon a time that look great. And because I have the education, no, it's different, because if you don't, movements changes all the time. So you need, instead of changing equipment, you need to guide the clients about the movement of the exercise, not changing the equipment. It drives me insane, you don't feel that, okay, let's change equipment. No, you got to change the target. How do you do the movement? So so those are the things that I get aggravated with trainers.
Very, very interesting. And those very good points as well, because I'm a coach as well, and I see that a lot in coaches as well. I'm normal coaches, right? Like sports coaches. It's like that, in terms of appearance, in terms of how fit they are as well. And I think you spoke about training them like they're your very last client, that kind of thing. It comes from within. It's not about the money.
Yes.
Because if you're going to think about the money, right, you're going to think, okay, I'm just going to get it over and done with. I'm going on to the next client.
Right.
That kind of thing.
Right.
I think that cannot be there.
Right.
It has got to come from within, that I've got to get this right.
But also care, because that body is a machine, people are trusting you with their most valuable equipment, and then you destroy it. I mean, I would feel so guilty if I train a client and they injured. I have so many clients that comes with injuries, And I mean, they had trainers that are great trainers, but how great are you when you injured somebody? And 80% or 90% of you can get back your strength, but never 100%.
True. Nice point. Let's, before we go, Laila, quickfire questions. Don't worry, it's easy peasy for you. I think you will breeze through, right? And let's go. Okay, we start off with a few simple ones, right? What's your favorite food and drink?
Favorite food is asam pedas.
Wow, nice.
Malay.
Okay, drink?
Yeah. Drink is bandung.
Wow, Malay also lah.
I'm Malay one.
Indonesian. Bandung. Okay, favorite actor and actress?
Oh my God, actor Denzel Washington.
Great. Actress?
Actress would be Kate Blanchett.
Yeah. Great. Favorite kind of music genre?
I love R&B. I guess I don't know whether it's R&B.
Tony Braxton kind of
Tony
vibe.
Braxton, Luther Vandross,
Okay.
Al Green.
Okay. All right. Now, something about you that people do not already know.
I don't know. I think I'm an open book. I'm a loner.
Yeah? You like to be alone.
Yeah.
Okay.
I find pleasure in my own company.
Okay. Your pet peeve.
How much time do you have?
The most something that just comes up to your mind now if I'm asking you this. I know you got a lot.
I know, right? At the gym when people
Yeah.
so at the gym when people just sit on an equipment.
Okay. Looking at their phones.
Yes.
Biggest disappointment so far? Could be anything. Could be your life, could be your career, could be anything.
Disappointment. I think people's words.
People's what, sorry?
Words.
Words?
People don't keep their words.
Okay.
Friends, good friends that don't keep their words.
Okay.
Yeah.
Biggest success so far?
My kids,
Grateful.
working. Yeah.
Okay. There's one person that you want to meet but you haven't met yet. Ever.
I don't know. I don't have any.
Okay. Your biggest weakness?
My biggest weakness is still trusting people in people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not being able to trust people easily.
No, trusting in people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I've been screwed around
Okay.
so many times,
Okay.
but I still have that hope and trust in people.
I see.
Yeah.
Your biggest strength? This is the last one, by the
Stubborn,
way. Okay. You're stubborn.
resilient. I guess. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the word.
That's a
Yeah.
strength. Nice. Where does Laila White go from here? I know you are
Fisherman.
You're Malay. You want to take one day at a time. I'm not letting you go. 5 years from now, where do you see yourself?
I don't.
Okay. 1 year.
Well, like everything that has happened in my life, everything comes its way, makes its way, its appearance. There's a talk. I've been approached by a company, an American company, who wants to do a biography
Okay.
about me, and then that also talks about doing a script and a documentary. So my own ambition is to put my festival together.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
For the community. Yeah.
Beautiful. Lastly, any advice for entrepreneurs, women like you who want to make it big?
How about don't make it big, just make it.
Yeah, just make it. Yeah, why not? Yeah. Any advice for them?
Don't have a chip on your shoulders. Take away all the stigma of whatever it is, whether it's gender, age. I think that take away the word sacrifice. Women likes to use the word sacrifice. Sacrifice is to me, a vulgar word, because when you sacrifice something, you're giving part of you unwillingly. Then becomes resentment. I think women should know that you are capable of everything and anything you put your mind to it, because you are the foundation of a home. You juggle. A lot of successful men work with that employ women because they can juggle. They're not just set in one way, right? So also stop playing this card of I'm a woman. Don't try to be like men. Be better. I think there's no competition. We all both are different genders. You have to also appreciate the other gender, which is male. They also have feelings. We forget that, right? It's such a big responsibility. I think women need to stop competing with men, but take whatever the greatness of men and make it better, and whatever is not good, make it better. I think for women, you know, just do it. Keep your words. Make your words goal. Don't make excuses for yourself. You have a job, but please don't ever lose your femininity.
Laila White, that part alone, I like the part about, don't use the word sacrifice, that it becomes resentment. That's brilliant, actually, right? And I've never heard a woman speak about men like that, as in, like, don't compete with them and what have you, and all that thing that you said. I got to press replay later and listen to it again. It was great. It was brilliant, and thank you so much for being here on the Silverfox Hustle podcast. It has been like 14 months or so the last time I spoke to you regarding the podcast itself. So thank you so much for being here. You have inspired me, first of all, before this even goes out to listeners who are listening to this at home. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
This has been episode number 50, like I said, of the Silverfox Hustle podcast. At the end of the podcast, please click on the follow or subscribe button and leave a review as well. And we are out on YouTube, and subscribe to that as well. Now, until the next episode, which is episode number 51, the hustle beats talent when talent doesn't hustle. Cheers.